How's it going, everybody? I am Donut, as always. This is Black Lives Matter, All Cops Are Bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. We are reading another anthology series, some one-shots here for Halloween, for One-Shot-tober. So, this is by Tokunan Seiichiro, Human Clock. This includes the cat's morning suit story. This came out in 1962. I've just heard a lot of things. I've been putting it off I've had it on my backlog for a couple of years now, but I just keep putting it off. Now it's time to get into it. What do I know about it? Really nothing. It's a Gekiga style thing. It's very twisted. That's all I know. It's a very unique manga thing, as a lot of Gekiga is in general. But that's really all I know, so let's just jump right into it, dive right in. Okay, so it's just a scary story, Human Clock. But through the manga, there are several grammatical errors. These are consistent with the original edition and not mistakes in the reissue. So, we're reading a reissue from the 90s, but originally this came out in the 60s. But translators know, I'll probably fix these, and it should not play a role in the translation. Yeah, I imagined it's just grammatical issues, so might as well fix them up. But I also appreciate, this being like, we wanted to keep it, exactly how the guy did it. So I can understand both, aspects of it. The body is but a watch, whose watchmaker is the new chyle? What is that? Chyle is a milky bodily fluid consisting of lymph and emulsified fats, free fatty acids, formed in the small intestine during the digestion of fatty foods and taken up by lymph vessels, specifically known as lacteals. The lipids in chyle are colloidally suspended in whatever the fuck that is. What? What is this? Okay, what? The body is but a watch whose watchmaker is the new child. Man is a machine. Julien Alfred de la Meterre from Home Machine. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. That's so specific to the child. What? But, ooh, okay, and we're getting some color with it as well. Awesome. So yeah, the watch, we're going to be doing something with there. 3 different styles of watch as well. Very, very interesting style. That gross hair. So greasy, so matted down. And of course, this, gross skin tone, but also a very, what would you call that sort of style? I don't know, Van Gogh, I guess, a bit is what I'm going for. Picasso, maybe, something like that. But, I don't quite know my art terms exactly, but, that's the vibe it gives me. That sort of impressionist, is that the term? I could be completely wrong, but something like that. Anyway, if it's the human clock, then I guess, yeah, I don't know why I'm surprised that we're going to do a lot with clocks here. Okay, is this going to be a, interesting, nope, just a splash page here of some art, okay, before the chat, I assume this is just still some more, we're not getting into, even, the first chapter yet, this is just sort of some art here, but, what is this, a chair? I don't know, and then a hand in a little, gauntlet-esque thing hanging from a tree, pointing somewhere, leaves falling. Daddy, why does my watch run 3 hours fast? What is this? Fully turned around head. Fucking baby Trump here. What the hell? What is they carrying? What the fuck? But okay, we're gonna get a full color one. That'd be cool. So distracted by something, runs into a bike. And what the fuck? Since that incident, right after the anger, I started to hate humans. What the? Okay, suddenly after this incident, what was? You just got hit by a bike, and so you immediately got super angry and started to hate humans. And then what is even going on here? Humanoid creature coming out of something. No clue what this is supposed to be here. No earthly idea. I don't know, but I like the way this, style of narration is done. And I like the coloring a lot here. Okay, Tokino, Shinada, Tulip Road. My name is Tadashi Koi, an only child born to watchmakers. And again, turning his head, fully around. What the hell? Okay, so not full color. So, okay, arrives at home. Very creepy appearances here. Welcome home, young master. It's almost 12 o'clock. Huh, thanks. Runs right past. Young master, so funny. Candles from chandelier. What the hell? Is that just a monkey? That's just a monkey? What? Grandfather clock. And like we're gonna see like the clock seems different each time we see it. Wait, why is that 12:336? Never seen a clock like that before. But yeah, the clocks are all different every time we see them. Bing bong 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 bong. Just watching the clock. Obsessed with the clock. Kind of Edgar Allan Poe obsession, maybe. Too bad I can only see you guys twice a day. Is he talking to the people or is he talking to the clocks? Good evening, young prince. And then some, what the hell? Jesters playing music and shit like that. Oh, okay, yeah, so it comes out of the clock thing. I see, yeah. It's in front of him coming out of the clock. Some, grandfather clocks have that little thing that pops out, traditional cuckoo clock, you think of. But there's also a lot of stuff like this as well. I think my grandparents had a clock like that. A dog barking its head off. A dog probably finds all this so weird. And it seems quite large as well. Very large. And then, what the hell, from behind, as he's watching this, I assume something else from the clock comes out with like a gun. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Then something else comes out in front of it. And then it hits it with a cane. Where'd the gun go? I guess the other hand there. But okay, so this thing is saying like, stop it, you idiot. This is a very complex clock. Okay, so he just watches this clock until he needs to go to bed. Weird ass upside down panel here too. Yeah, the art here really is strange. And clocks, wristwatches all up the sleeve. Yes, mommy. God, this is weird. It's so weird proportions. God, yeah. Very, I see what they mean with just like, hard to describe this manga. Very just like twisted in general. Very unique art style. That's all I was hearing going into this. But you're hiding something from mommy, aren't you? Tell me. And a little heart second hand there. Oh, no, I'm not hiding anything, mommy. That's a lie, Tadashi. What about school? So lanky. I feel like I'm gonna, run out of things to say about this art style, but my God. Oh, I'm sorry, mommy. I haven't been going to school. Why'd you stop going? When I was coming home from school last month, I was hit by a bicycle, and my God, like in a penitent like stance, but like an inhuman penitent stance. The shoulders going so high up there, so detached from the actual body. And like these are all correct. I don't know, that one might be different, but I was curious, like, are they all set to different times, or is it all set to the current time? But okay, so now we're going back to being hit by the bicycle, assumingly. What am I even looking at in the background? What the hell is that? Is that legs? Is that legs or trees or what? I don't know. No clue what that is. So he's hit by the bicycle, and then, then like he sees these like figures, and that's all the people standing around him. Very, very abnormal here, with all blacked out eyes in various different ways. And then the sound of the people rushing around turns to hoof prints of women that are centaurs. Yeah, what you saw was a mob, Tadashi. Humans are inherently uncultured animals. But yeah, so the 60s, very like the concept of the mob coming into consciousness as like a thing, that like there's a difference between like just some people and a mob. It's a different thing, and especially like being hit by a bicycle, being mobbed by all these people, even with concern or whatever. But that kind of animal mob nearly scares me to death. It's just like, normally when we're bringing this up, it's for a specific like thing that a mob typically tends to do in a negative way, but this is kind of just like a group of people, helping. But still, it seems like he's got a fear of people in general, it would seem. Or a fear of, groups of people. But okay, let's just start homeschooling then. And so, Dad working on watches. God, I said it was a very, like, Picasso sort of, like, maybe impressionist, if that's the right word. Van Gogh sort of style, but I don't know, actually, the more we go on, the more it's very distinct from that. And okay, now to that cover of the, like, this watch is running 3 hours fast. Fool, I used this watch for 15 years. It was never off even a single second. So what? What, he's gonna beat us? What, he's gonna beat us because we said our watch was fast? This submariner-ass head. But, is he trying to beat us or what's he trying to do? I don't know. Okay, yeah, he is. Jumps on our back to bump us on the head. He's such a tiny guy, too. But Mom's crying, I think. Or is this Mom? No, this is not Mom. This is the maid. Odeko. Master and young master, if you're free, please. Daddy, how long are you gonna ride? What? Riding his back. Like, what on earth is it? Please, listen. Oh, definitely gives me the vibe of, like, you know, really creepy, like, cartoons, specifically. Like, you know, maybe a little bit Adult Swim, but also just kind of, like, you know, creepy Cartoon Network sort of, like, you know, art styles at certain points, through, you know, Cartoon Network's history. But yeah, I don't know how to describe it other than that, just, like, it's that really weird, just, like, you know, we're purposely making everyone as ugly as they can be in every shot and really accentuating features. Not fully in like a caricature kind of way either, but just sort of in a like slightly off-putting uncanny valley sort of way, which I definitely associate with like Cartoon Network and a little bit with Adult Swim as well. But like, you know, I feel like they don't lean as weirdly into the proportions. They just lean more into the ugly. But okay, that was one there. Just please listen, and then we cut to the next chapter, A Selfish Shudder. Odeko's story went like this. Twice a day at 12 o'clock. It's my job to wind every clock in this house. Damn, that sounds really tough. You wind up my mechanical dolls too? Must be 500 of them. These weird hands got 4 hands on that clock. Well, since your work is so bad, when you're free. No, it's not that. Sweating profusely. What is it? You're trembling all over. I'm afraid. And then, yeah, runs away. What the? Okay, into a hallway with a bunch of hands holding up candles. You know, hand holders. You know, as like a candle holder. Okay, look at these sparrows. They're my clocks. What's so special? What the hell? The sparrows fall off. Some of the clocks are suddenly breaking for no reason. Now it's worrying him as well. And yeah, his as well, his watch being 3 hours early. But yeah, everything's just collapsing on itself. They're so scared. They're all dead. My closest friends. Now they won't sing their songs anymore. They enthralled me so much. I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. I mean, you are, but... The spring isn't cut, but they won't run no matter how much I wind them. All of the talking clocks just stopped working for humans. All the talking clocks just stopped working for humans. That's such an interesting sentence. But every sentence in this fucking manga is crazy. That's what made me so scared. Because are we saying just the human parts of the clock are not working? As in, like, you know, the figures and stuff like that? But the birds as well. So, I don't know. I guess they just stopped working for humans. Like, they'll work in general, but not if we're looking at them. I think that's what we're saying. And then, what's going on here? Someone walking the streets. So now, I'm going to try and talk to his dad about this. Oh, okay, that was the servant leaving, maybe. I'm going to have to close it all down. Close down the shop and everything. Yeah, what? Dad, okay, so he's got a plan. Don't be so pessimistic. If you looked in Tokyo for other clock shops, surely we're not the only shop with a single person making watches. Okay, but I remember I was reading a book one time. And, again, like a shadow of a figure here up on the wall. Weird statue. And then some scissors and some eyeglasses with eyes in them. Okay. It was a summer night with strong wind. Faces up on a windowsill. I was in this room, reading a sci-fi magazine. Okay. The story of Clifford B. Shimada. Is that our main character? Or is that, like, another, you know, story? Is that the sci-fi story he was reading? Some weird-ass stalactite/stalagmite-looking things. I don't know which one's the ones that hang from the ceiling. But and then a droopy clock here. Like, who's the guy that draws the droopy clocks? Who is that guy? Salvador Dali. That's who it was. Salvador Dali. But yeah, very Salvador Dali, sort of like, I don't know, this is supposed to be a table, actually, maybe? Like a coffee table, but it's a clock? I don't know, but let's, and then a sewing machine over here as well. Sewing machine over a drain. But yeah, the story of Clifford B. Shimada. Interesting. Clifford B. Shimada. Very, we got a Western name. The B, which is, very like, I don't know, Japan just loves the B. I don't know, I can't explain it. They just love the B, especially as like an initial sort of thing in a name. And then Shimada, Japanese name. So, interesting. I'm Clifford B. Shimada, a sci-fi writer. Here's just some generic English text here. Anything? But yeah, nothing seems like interesting or of note about that. But, so yeah, what's it about? The idea of his masterpiece goes something like this, Daddy. And it's just SF magazine. Man, but I mean, also, it sounds so silly, but that's just how everything was named at this time. Just SF magazine. I also, I kind of miss the time when science fiction was just SF instead of sci-fi. I think I prefer the term sci-fi so much more, but there's something real, nostalgic for a time I didn't grow up in when it was just SF. But anyway. Man-made machines suddenly open their eyes, and by their own power, they turn on their makers. For example, clocks and cameras don't work. And, again, a weird-ass fucking room here. Giant fucking watches there. And what is this? Like a lamp thing? And is that a tree growing in the middle of the house? A typewriter with keys missing starts typing those missing keys. A sewing machine takes a walk through town alone. What? The robots go on strike and derail all the trains. Go on strike and derail the trains. Those are two very different things. And now Mom's super sweating. Okay, Tadashi, we get it. The machines got tired of the humans using them. Yeah, that's it. We got a customer. Oh, okay, that was the whole story. Anyway, we got a customer. Okay. But Gotong Kong. It's not working. Or was that like a doorbell or knocking on the door or something like that? Yeah, like Gotong, probably a knock on the door. Oh, yeah, this is a door knocker right there. So, Gotong. But, so we go to answer the door, but then, I guess we just like, doors are very heavy. Who is it? I'm here for the tutoring job that was in the newspaper. Okay, so we're hiring somebody else. Psh, just a stupid college kid. Okay, on to the next one. The private tutors scream. Some days later. Even this looks so wonky. But, very, very detailed in a way that's hard to see through, but is detailed. I'm a sucker for that sort of thing where it's super sketched up. You can't really tell where one thing ends or another thing begins, but it is certainly detailed. We are inside a shop here. I think we're inside a, bar or something here, it seems like. Time, space, and decorating. Clocks are to be lived with. Functional and informative. They are looked at so often, they should be decorative as well. Choose your clock for its ability to blend with the decor of your home. And like a skull clock thing there. But yeah, it seems like this is like an advertisement just for pinned, to a thing. It isn't pasted onto it or anything. It's pinned with actual pins onto, who knows, maybe a telephone pole sort of thing. And then this is like an open bar or maybe like a sushi. It doesn't look like an open sushi place or a bar. And from that actually kind of looks more like a jewelry shop, or maybe this is a watch shop as well. Not sure. Maybe this is our own shop. Actually, yeah, maybe this is our shop. That's the college student there. I don't know. We just got a TV on in the background or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's our shop. But what's going on? If we were more strict, it wouldn't be so bad. Even though he's an only child, we can't spoil him. That's not it. What is it then? Open your ears. That college student Makai is a brute. He said when they're done studying, he'll pinch our son's cheeks. He said what? That's absurd. Everyone's so overreacting in the series with everything. Hey, so why'd you give up on school? I don't feel like going anymore. They're just having a talk out on the porch. Okay, so yeah, I thought he was wanting to get tutored to work at the shop, but no, he's a tutor for our son here because we're being homeschooled now. Okay, so he quit school the end of my first semester in middle school. That's really early. Like, if someone quit school in high school, I don't have anything against them. Quit school in middle school, that's, you definitely were quitting early. But I was hit by a bike. Huh? That's a stupid reason. What'd you just say? What? I still don't understand the bike thing. Listen, punk, you're working for us. The art style's definitely got more, maybe less weird, I should say. Not more normal, but it's gotten less weird. You gotta listen to my dad. There's no reason to pinch his cheek. No violence. Don't listen and you're fired. I guess you don't listen until you're fired or something. Or, I don't know. Don't listen and you're fired. You gotta listen to my dad. Don't listen and you're fired. Okay, I see. So yeah, go and find him. I love how overreacting everybody is here. Pinching him anyway. Don't be cocky. Study. What? He really is! Alright, yeah, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. I ain't sticking around anyways. This place is creepy. It is. Alright, he out of there. So what was all that about? But now someone else knocking at the door. No reply. And then again, knock. Who is it? Just some kid playing around. I'll knock the shit out of you. Everyone's reactions. But there's nobody there. But there is a watch upon the ground. Takes it inside. Big ass watch too. More like a clock, I guess. But yeah, door was open. They didn't come in, so why'd they just leave it there? And the clock slips off. Is that because we sat on the thing, or is that just because it acted on its own? Run behind the counter. Okay, big 2-page spread. The clock is turned into a man. What the fuck? Okay. The human clock. Good evening. How long have you been here? I just dropped a clock. It didn't hit you, did it? Oh, okay, glad to hear it. What? He didn't respond. He didn't respond at all. But yeah, don't mind the clock, because he is the clock. A tutor just quit from this residence, correct? I would like to take his place, if I may. This is so weird. I used to be the principal at elementary school. Okay, sounds good. In the moment, Tadashi decided to take on the queer old man as his second tutor. A shiver ran down his spine, like he knew what would happen next. And yep, that's the end of that one. What the fuck was that? Terror from another world. In order to recruit employees for the clock shop, Tadashi's parents have gone on a recruitment trip and will be gone for exactly 1 month. But yeah, the train. So now we're all alone with our clock guy. What's going on here? He opens the window outside. Guy reading the paper. Another guy accosting another man, it seems. Okay, so it's so hot he wants to stop studying for right now. But out of the question. Why don't you try standing over here? We've been studying since you got here. Started at 6 a.m. and it's already 8 p.m. Good God. Yeah, this is shortening my lifespan. Absolutely not. I had to promise your parents. All this guy cares about is pleasing my parents. That was what you wanted from the last guy. Listen, can you go clean up after that big dog? What was it, a dog outside or something? Or is he just like hearing the sound effect of a bark or something? No, I didn't hear anything, so I don't know. But absolutely not! No giving up! Well, I'm through for today. This big question mark. Alright, just leaving. Taking a walk down the street. Oh yeah, the watch my dad gave me. It's 3 hours fast. And then, what the hell? Some figures down the street. Seemingly a man and a woman here, cloaked as well, but this guy's, they're very, very old-timey, very, turn of the century. But Tadashi, Tadashi, it's us. Okay, parents? Yeah, how come you're so early? Mama suddenly came down with a bad condition. What is it? Come on, Tadashi, let's hurry home! Wait, what the fuck? This manga is so weird! This really happened. I couldn't believe it either, but it did. Out of Mama's head sprouted 2 horns that looked like the hands of a clock. This is really, really happening! The pace and the storytelling in this is beyond bizarre. It feels like way more amateur than it even meant to be weird. I'm curious, like, how much of this was intentional and how much of this was just he's not a good writer. We'll have to see how it all ends. But right now, this reads so much more like a bad writer than a creepy story or a really unique, storytelling device. This just reads like, I don't know, extremely amateur, but we'll see. Alright, comes inside, fireplace, still going, but he's so hot, she's so cold. Mama, you're so pitiful. Welcome back, Papa. Yeah, there we go, now we get to see it. Whew, it's hot. But okay, bunch of saws and stuff like that, clamps, and I'm gonna cut off Mama's swelling with this. Oh, Jesus. Don't mess up. Idiot, there's no time to laugh. Sorry. What is this? Okay, he cut him off. But the moment he did, they sprouted once again. But back to studying. And it's still only 9 o'clock. Oh, but this watch, yeah, it's 3 hours fast. Yeah, but he's going to use it against him. Is it going to work? Yeah, quit lying. That watch is 3 hours fast. What? Everybody so overreacts. It's weird that you don't carry a watch. How did he find me out? Yeah, how do you know the watch is 3 hours fast? It's useless to have a watch that's 3 hours fast. You can have this. The weird clockmaker's son is given a watch as a present. Is this the narrator? But all the clocks in the shop have gone crazy. And then, I don't know what the hell this is, but some woo 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 woo. The clock on top of the clock now, in some weird dream world, where everybody is turning to clocks. And look, there's a monster over there! Because he doesn't have clocks coming out of his head. And what the hell is he wearing? A mountain of rocks that maybe look, nah, doesn't look like skulls at all, really. But, okay. And then, somebody help me! And what the fuck am I looking at here? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking at there. A stairwell with a clock and something going on. Wrong button there. But, don't know. Don't know. Then two big old hands trying to, like, go for him. But he managed to get out just in time. The trees turning the clocks. In clock country. There's a door, exit out of clock country. You were in clock country? Okay, then he wakes up. Just a dream. Oh, is the watch, like, squeezing his hand tight, or are we just seeing that he's wearing the watch? You had a weird dream because you slept with a watch on. Maybe that is real. I don't know. I don't sleep with watches on, so I don't know. Alright, last chapter. What the fuck is this story? 2 years later, racing down Koshu Highway is a car from XX Real Estate. Sorry for the wait. There it is. We got our dad here, and a Frankenstein-looking motherfucker with a cop. Papa, are you really gonna buy this house? Yes. Is that us? Are we a police officer now or something, or is this just a police officer? I don't know. $2 million is a steal. The air is really nice. It'll help Mama's recuperation. We're gonna give up on the clock shop? Yeah, you passed high school. Oh wait, is this not a cop uniform? This is him in a school uniform. That's him in a fucking school uniform. Okay, so I guess he went to school now. But yeah, and he passed high school, so I guess he's like, he just graduated, but he's still wearing his outfit. But alright, moving out of Tokyo. Enough savings to live here peacefully, under the brilliant rays of the sun. This area is quiet. It's a good place for you to study, even though all these rats might be a problem. Mama and Papa don't know. I have a secret. When I wear the watch the teacher gave me, I lose consciousness. I wander around this fantasy world full of scary clock people. By some magic power, I've been doing this for over 2 years now. Okay, what the fuck? So, he's just in clock world now. Did I finish high school? Absolutely not. Nothing came out of that teacher's magic powers. He was more interested in revealing the existence of clock people, and I was the one he showed. Ah! What is that? Did I finish high school? Absolutely not. Nothing came out of the teacher's magic powers. I guess he means, like, nothing came out of that teacher except for magic powers. Like, that's probably more accurately what it means. Because, like, nothing came out of his studies, but, something did come out of the magic that, he revealed the existence of the clock people to him. Alright, moved into the new house. And the three of us sat around the dining table with the teacher. We don't even get to see the teacher there. Tadashi passed so splendidly. It's all thanks to you, teacher. I only did what you asked of me. This teacher sitting here isn't even a human being. Suddenly, at the precise moment, rats. The reactions of everybody is crazy. And the mice screech. He goes crazy. His face becomes even more of a clock. Yeah! What the hell? Must be nothing hard in this countryside for the rats to chew on. The rats like to chew on hard things? Is that a... I guess, yeah, they gotta, like, you know, they gotta reduce their teeth down. But, so what, they're gonna eat Clockman? Nope, us! While I was falling, I remembered something about the watch. Tadashi! What the parents saw on the ground was the ruins of an old wall clock. Like, instead of their son? And then, Kuchi, what is that? I don't know. But... that's it. That's the whole manga. Papa and Mama, please don't be surprised. 1 year ago, my organs turned into gears and springs. Terrible. Terrible. I give this a 1 out of 10. Simply because it was so weird and so bad that it does get 1 star at least. But truly 1 out of 10. This wasn't scary at all. This wasn't, you know, unnerving even. This wasn't even weird enough to be scary or unnerving. But it was just weird in a bad way, not necessarily in an interesting way. What was up with the Blake thing? What was up with any of this? This feels extremely stream of consciousness. First thing, you know, first creative thing anybody's ever tried to do. Probably made this when he was very young. This feels like something you would make when you're in, like, middle school. You know, even younger maybe. But it's also, to be fair, very of the extremely early 60s in terms of a lot of horror stories that are just, hey, wouldn't that be fucked up or what? But as much as I love those sort of things, this didn't really have anything to sink your teeth into. It had nothing really there. If any of you really enjoyed it, let me know. But you know, what was the one quote that I saw about this? It was like, you know, oh, when I think of twisted manga, this is what I think of. No! I mean, it's certainly twisted in that, like, I don't know how anybody comes up with this. It's so basic, but also just told in such a strange way, but not in a really interesting way either. I don't know. This one's not good. I can't believe I put this one off for years. I do think the art style is probably the best part of it, and it's not that good at all. It's really, you know, it's not an interesting art style either. It's far more confusing than it is getting across to anything it's trying to do. But yeah, you know, it's I don't know what else to say about it. It's fucking bad. It sucked. This one wasn't good. But we'll have some better one-shots hopefully coming up for One-Shot-tober. Until then, I'll see you guys for the next one. Get the fuck out of here.